Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to see next problem, valid anagram. Let's jump into the problem statement. Given two string s and t, return true if t is an valid anagram of s and false otherwise. The letter count of word letter count of that word is exactly matching into the letter count of another word. So here we can see in the example 1 as string s has a word like anagram and string t has word nagaram. Yeah, it's nagaram. In string s, a is repeated three times. So and same a is repeated three times in string t. And for all the letters inside the s, the counter is exactly matching with the count of letters inside the string t. So thus we are returning output as true. We can say string t is a anagram of string s. Similarly, let's check for example 2. So here they have given string s as rat and string t given as car. So by looking itself we can see t and r. So the letter inside this both the strings are not matching, so we can say this is not a valid. Let's look at the solution, best solution approach, how we can tackle this problem. Okay, so in example 1 we have given a string as anagram and we have string t as nagaram. Okay, um, we'll solve this problem in three steps. Step 1, we will check the length of string s is equal to length of string t. If both the strings are matching, then only the count of letters inside s and count of letter inside t are exactly matching. So first our check should be if both the strings are matching. This problem is solved using hash map. And how we'll solve this using hash map, let's check. Now. In the hash map we store the values in the form of key and value. Okay, we store the value in the form of key and value. Now in the second step we'll just create the hash map using this given string. So we will create two hash map, hash s and hash t. Okay, and so we'll store the letters of the given string into the newly created this hash map in the form of in the key position. In the key position we will store the letter, and in the valid position we will store the counter. From the given string s, a has repeated for three times, so in the letter we will have a over here, and as counter of a is 3. So and next n, for n we have it's 1. Now for g we are having as counter as 1, for r we are having counter as 1, and similarly for m. In the same way we'll create the hash map for t also, and in the step next step, in the step 3, we'll iterate through this first hash map and check the each and every letter and counter are matching. And if the for the given letter the counter is exactly matching, then this is a valid anagram. So in the next step we will we will match the counter. Okay, we'll match the counter. So that's the solution, guys. Let's look at the time complexity and space complexity. So time complexity of this solution is O of n, because we have not added any extra loop over here. If we can see, for creating this hash map we have used one for loop to it we have iterated over this string s and added all the letters inside this hash map, and similarly for this also. And and here for matching counter we are iterating from this one of the hash map, and inside this one we are comparing the letter from another hash map. Okay, so we can say time complexity is O of n. For the space complexity, if you can see, for the length s given a string s, we are storing all the letters into this hash map s. So we are creating this new space over here, and also this new space here. But if you could closely observe this, we are not creating beyond this 26 letters from a to z. So we have 26 letters. So for this space complexity, we can say this is O of 26, and it is in the we can say the time complexity is O of 1. Now let's move towards the solving the problem. As we discussed, this problem we are going to solve in the three step. First step is checking the length. Second, creating hash map. And third step, compare hash map. Okay, so if length of s is not equal to length of t, then we are return false. Now here we need to create two hash map to store the letters from the given string. So this we will create using hash. We are creating hash for t and hash for s. Okay, we initialize hash map using make map rune and value type as integer, as we are going to store the counter over here. And rune is used for which represents the Unicode character of given letter inside the string. Make map, similarly we will create for this also. So now we have created the hash map. Now initialize the hash map, insert the letters into this hash map, so that we can have the letter and its counter into this hash map. So how we'll do that? First, for using for key value range into string t, we are going to store this inside the hash map t. So what we are going to store here, we will have the key as index and value. So we doesn't require this, so we are suppressing it, and we need value. So instead of value, we'll assume this is the exact letter. So letter and the count plus plus. So whenever this similar letter get repeated, it will increase the counter. Now same will add for this next string s as well. Letter range into s hash s letter plus plus. Now we have created two hash map. Now we need to check the letters from hash t and match that counter into the hash s. Now let's look at the last step. here we are iterating through the hash map t. So for key value iterate range through hash t. Okay, now here we can see in the keyth position we have stored the letter, and in the valid position we have stored the counter. Okay, and this we need to check with the into the hash map s. So into hash map s we are getting the counter of the for counter of this letter, and this counter will this counter we will store as target. This we are going to store as a target counter, and if it is not exist, it will return either true and false. Okay, now if it is not okay, or target counter is not equal to counter, then we are returning false, else we return true. Now let's check if it is everything is working fine. Okay, good. Both the test cases are passed. Now let's submit the our solution. Good, our solution is working as expected. Thank you guys.